Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Gemini November 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as November goes, Mars will be in Libra from the 1st until the 19th, so the 5th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, the situation with romantic partners and children even may be a little bit more contentious and acrimonious than usual. There might be arguments over what's fair, what's equitable, matters connected with what's about being justified, what's just about justice, and even there might even be some legal situations or even lawsuits with these people in some isolated case. It could be contentious situations over legal matters. Now, if you're unattached at this time, Gemini, you may connect with a Libra Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Libra characteristics, and it could be for a superficial fling. And given that it's Mars energy, it could be very sexual connection, and again, could be something superficial, but it could also be for a strong romantic encounter as well. And also there could be a lot of energy into accumulating relationships in order to improve personal popularity. And it could also be at this time you may be injecting a lot of energy and vitality into balanced investments. It could be Libra type sports such as tennis or gymnastics, anything connected with balance, or even Libra things that are associated with amusement and enjoyment. It could be like playing Jenga, because that has to do with balancing, or even skating, anything that could be Libra related. So anyway, next thing up, as far as November goes, Mars will be in Scorpio from the 19th until the 30th. So the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could manifest in a number of ways. This could be about, in some cases, if you're unattached. Well, first I want to get at the situations with coworkers, employees, an aunt or an uncle, even people in your in your health life. It could be somebody you might work out with, or someone you know at a health and fitness venue. Could be more contentious and acrimonious than usual. There might be a lot of bitter, jealous energy connected with this. It might be matters connected with jealousy or getting angry at someone, trying to get back at somebody and being angry and vindictive. This is it's a little bit, just be careful at this time, Gemini. But it could also be about at this time you may connect with this. If you're unattached this time, Gemini, you may connect with a Scorpio Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Scorpio traits. And it might be somebody prominent in your work life, your daily routine. It could be somebody you might render service to, or vice versa. This could also be a situation too where, and it could be for a very strong sexual connection, liaison, given that we're talking about Mars energy. But it could also be at this time as well, injecting a lot of energy and vitality into some Scorpio work-related matter. It might be connected with investigation, or something with forensics or locksmithing, something connected with astrology, or supernatural, the occult, or just simply putting a lot of energy incorporating these things in the daily routine, whether it might be work-related or not. So, and also too, this could be in some cases isolated. This could be some kind of injury you might incur to like the pelvic area. There might even be surgery in some isolated cases, like on the something connected with the reproductive system, the bladder, anything that could be Scorpio related, because Mars could be about surgery, cuts, incisions, and 6th house is health. So anyway, next thing up, Jupiter will still be in Sagittarius, so the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, as I've stated in previous videos, Jupiter could be rather paradoxical. It could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. Now, in some cases, this could enlarge and expand, foolhardy, over-optimistic, reckless, over-exuberant, self-righteous behavior with a significant other, a grandmother, others in general. It could be a business partnership, might even be in your dealings with them in some cases, but at the same time, this could also be very fortuitous fortuitous for dealings that for emerging victorious matters with open adversaries, legal situations, but simply by being very positive and being that incorrigible optimist, showing just having an expansive attitude and not being pessimistic. Could also be very auspicious for Sagittarius, like business partnerships. It could be something with sports, the law, translation, advertising, publishing, something with travel, such as a travel agency or a company, anything that could be Sagittarius related. And this could also just be very good and beneficial for relationships in general. And it could be Sagittarius ones. It could be Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or it could simply be ones that people that embody Sagittarius characteristics. So anyway, and also could be very good for like sports competition in some cases if you are involved in sports. So anyway, people, next thing up. Well, Saturn will be in Capricorn still, so the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, one way this may manifest, this could be about, in some cases, I mean, this is can manifest in a multitude of ways. Sometimes this could be about diminished libido or sexual activity, but also taking responsibility and having structure and discipline in matters pertaining to sex at this time. It could be that older people might be figuring more prominently in crisis situations and transformation matters with moral, emotional, monetary support, and whether they're actually beneficial or to your detriment. A lot of this could be predicated independent on aspects. This makes the points in your chart. If this makes, say, makes an adverse aspect to your natal Venus or your Saturn. Well, Saturn, it could be where they're causing some sorrow and despondency and loss in those matters. But when, let's say, if it makes a good aspect, sexta or trine to your natal Jupiter, they could actually be very auspicious in those matters, perhaps. So also too, in some cases, sadly, and a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but I'm going to anyway. Sometimes this could be about the passing or departure of a father, a grandfather, or an older person that might have been prominent in your life scheme. Could also be, in some cases, about taking responsibility for matters connected with credit issues, credit card issues, taxes, insurance, and also working very laboriously and consistently on making a major change or transformation in your life. If you're involved with astrology, supernatural, the occult, it could be a very good period for working very hard and laboriously and consistently on these matters, or maybe or even business connected with this at this time. So anyway, well, the next thing up is Uranus will still be in Taurus, so the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, again, this is another one of those things that can manifest in a multitude of ways. I mean, this could be some cases, it could be idiosyncratic behavior. It might be misconstrued for maybe people thinking you have some like a mental illness in some cases, when in most cases it may not be the case. It could just be bizarre behavior. It could be oneself undoing. Now, it could also manifest in some cases as Uranus type people being hidden adversaries. It could be people that are in astrology or esoteric subjects, aerospace, computers, electronics, innovators, people that are in some kind of humanitarian field. Sometimes it could even be Taurus friendships, so just be very prudent at this time. Gemini could be Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant people, or Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Taurus characteristics. And also too, now in some cases this could be about doing Uranus like things with a lot of persistence and solitude and seclusion. It could be doing things connected with aerospace, astronomy, astrology, esoteric subjects. Could be humanitarian endeavors. It could be showing selflessness like behind the scenes. It could be where maybe doing something charitable in an anonymous way if that's possible. And also it could be a time too now, in some case you might be dealing with a lot of disruptions in your dreams, your sleep at this time, or having unusual, bizarre dreams at this time. And you might be dealing with your private life might be somewhat erratic and sporadic, and there might be some disruptions in connection with that at this time. So Anyway, and also now in some isolated cases, it could be some kind of, sometimes this could manifest as some kind of unusual mental illness, and a lot of this, of course, could be predicated and dependent on aspects. This makes the points in your chart an adverse, let's say it makes a square to your third house cusp or an adverse aspect to your natal Mercury. Those can be indicators where it could increase the propensity for that. Next thing up. Well, Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the 10th house as well will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, in some cases, this could simply be about doing something Neptune-like as far as career goes, such as something with anesthesiology, the metaphysical, which includes astrology, chemistry, poetry, dancing, photography, anything Neptune-related. But guard against fallacious mediums or prophets trying to steer you in a wrong direction in life in terms of your vocation, your livelihood. And also too, now in isolated cases, this could be about something slanderous that might take place, that it might affect your reputation, something that's very deceptive and duplicitous, and even 10th house people might seem a little bit more vague, nebulous, and unclear at this time, such as the dominant parent, which is often the father, people prominent in your career, authority figures even, and you might be a little bit confused and ambivalent in terms of what direction you want to take as far as career-related matters go at this time. And it could be now in some cases, sadly, it could be about the dissipation or dissolving of one's reputation. And a lot of this, again, could be predicated and dependent on aspects as makes the points in one's chart. If there's a lot of like adverse aspects, it could be where there's a chance they might diminish, but in other cases, if you're having a lot of positive aspects, say a good aspect to Jupiter, that might be averted at this time, and it might just be where you feel you actually might be very idealistic and attaining new heights in terms of, as far as your public image, your reputation, your stature in life. Last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but I'm going to anyway. In some cases, this could be about the actual literal death of someone you're in a sexual or intimate relationship with, or somebody in a shared resources scenario. You might feel that your sexual prowess might be obliterated at this time, or everything, but because remember, Pluto is not unlike Saturn, is not just about restriction or limitation. It can destroy, but it could also be a revival in that as well, and a lot of it could be giving some power in these issues. It could be also at this time just when you're talking about Pluto energy, it could be where one may expect or anticipate infallibility. So just make sure you're not expecting this from someone you're in a sexual relationship with, someone a shared resources scenario with, or even people that you might know well that are in 8th house professions, such as like tax examiners or people that are in insurance or astrology or what have you. And it could be going through a lot of deep psychological analysis at this point in time to Gemini. So those are some ways that this could manifest and pan out at this time, or even deep research in 8th house matters such as astrology, supernatural, the occult. And also too, it could be that Plutonian type people might be figuring prominently in some kind of major change or transformation. It could just be people that are in some kind of Plutonian profession, such as astrology, the supernatural, the occult, or someone know in insurance, or some transformation field such as recycling. So and also having the power to deal with crisis situations at this time as well, and trying to find control and being able to have certain ability to have that power to deal with those situations and control those situations. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Gemini November 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. Stay tuned next time where I'll be giving you my Cancer November 2019 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.